What's up, people? One Nut Punch here. So I know it's been a long time since I've done a video. Going to be talking about one I picked up recently called Into the Grid. This is a turn-based RPG that's a card game. And you have two different characters right now. The game's also in early access. You have Ursula Genma, and then you have Darwin or Armin. Two different characters with two different play styles. Ursula has a lot of aggressive and high defense plays, while Darwin does some weird kind of technical with utility. But we're going to go ahead and do Ursula for a little while. The way that the game works is that you have a trace level, and this is for every interaction you do, whether it be opening up a door, fighting an opponent, breaching a module in order to get some money, or trying to get a new card. And these will always pop up no matter what you do, but you can lose them later by getting what they call tools or advanced tools. You also have commands to where they have these kind of special abilities that can go off using Vim, or called virtual memory, which essentially is just you playing cards generally when you're in combat, and you'll gain that for the amount of cards you play, whether it be a command card, a support card, attack, or defensive card. While traversing on the board, you have three different abilities as well. For Ursa, you have Blink, to where you can go to an area that's even going behind enemies without attacking them. Moon Veil, which is all nodes and actions are less by 1, so if you cost one trace, it'll be 0, and if it's 2, it's 1. And the last skill allows you to get 3 different buffs when you're in combat, which is called Feral, Grit, and I can't remember the other one, but Feral is attack damage and Grit is defense. So if you're using a defensive card and it's +5, you get +5 more defense when you're using those cards, and Feral, +5 additional damage when you're going off and fighting another enemy. Like I said beforehand, when you're going through this different area, you're going to have either 2 trace, depending upon your difficulty, or 1, and this is combat. You have on the right-hand side, in the bottom portion, the yellow circle kind of thing, or octagonal shape, is the Vim. That's from generation of using cards. You have above that, you have the end turn button, and then you have the enemy's kind of directive or passive that some of them will have. Under that will be the intentions of what the enemy is going to do to you, and sometimes if they're cloaked, you won't be able to see their intentions unless you destroy their accessories, which would be on the left-hand side. Surprisingly enough, there'll be a lot of enemies that have that. For example, if you go to the first memory breach or the core, you'll have to fight a guy that has a shield, a hammer, and then his normal core himself, and then you have to destroy those things first before you can actually do damage to him, and you'll get really powerful cards if you do it that way. Other times you'll have different types of enemies that won't have the accessories next to them, and then you can attack them directly. On the left-hand side, you have your own integrity, which is your health. The blue bar would be your barrier or block. Then you have repo, which is your deck. Recycler, that's your discard. And the blue circles are called clock. That is your ability points that you'd be using per turn. So if you have 3 clock, you can get up to or use cards that get up to 3 clock. So if you have 1 or cards that have 2 costs, then you could use that much. You can go higher than 3. I think the highest I went up to was 7, because there are a lot of cards that do give you a lot of clock, but you have to get more advanced into the game. Like I said, when it comes down to traversing the map, you have these modules that you could open. They give you different things. Hash keys allow you to unlock doors and special events, or normal type of areas that you couldn't normally get into. Then you have tools that allow you to do different things, from reducing trace to destroying sentries, disabling modules, and opening up gates. Of course, you have your skills on the right-hand side there, and then Intel is your money that you can go to a store called Subsurface and be able to buy stuff there, from drivers to hash keys to new cards and different things, or even refreshers to get your skills back on. You can only use 1 skill per turn, and the only way to get it back is by refreshing it. So if you do have a specific tool that allows you to refresh those skills, then you can get them back and use it again, or use a different one. As stated before, when it comes down to accessories of fighting the enemy, if you destroy, for example, this character's cloaking ability, you can see their intentions. But if they're still cloaked, then you couldn't see the intentions of what they're going to do, and sometimes they'll even do damage. And once again, the only way to stop that is by destroying the cloak. There are a lot of times that the cloak or accessory doesn't have a whole lot of health, unless you're fighting a boss or even elite. A lot of them have really high health, whether it be just their core or whatever they're trying to use, like a sword or a hammer or a shield. And when it comes down to Into the Grid, you're trying to basically find the main core. And when you do decide to find the main core, destroy it or beat the big enemy boss that's there, you go and end the run, and that's it. You have other different types of difficulty modes as well. I think the main three that they have right now in early access is beginner, intermediate, and expert, and I think the only two I have is intermediate and beginner. I didn't unlock hard yet, and the game, like I said, is in early access. I don't know what their current roadmap was, other than the fact that they have new characters coming out, new cards, more modes, and different ways of play. So I'm not really sure what is going to happen with this, but for what I paid for and what I've been playing, about maybe 6 or 7 hours in total, I've been loving this game ever since. It's very fun to play, and seeing the first-person mode while you're going in combat, watching an enemy come straight at you, slicing you, biting you, beating the hell out of you, or whatever it is, and then seeing these really visceral kind of robots, different ones that have hands for antlers, ones that have a giant claw mouth, or even just a big boss guy with a heavy shield and hammer. It's got a lot of aesthetic pleasing to it. It's got a lot of fun things to do, and the fact that you're going off and fighting different things inside of like a cyber world, instead of just looking like a normal boring-ass hacking simulator, that's what I like about this game a lot. It's very fun. It's very fluid. I haven't really had much issues in terms of crashing. And for $15 on Steam, it is definitely one of those underrated games that people should check out. It's very fun to try out the different cards and the art style for it. Watching like the hand and code slash, it looks like it's trying to claw into something, or the barrier, or even like singularity that does 100 damage. Plus you have the command skills from Vim that pop off and allow you to get energized, which would give you more clock or an extra turn. Then you have other card draws. Of course, in the actual game itself, it's traversing the land. You have your own different types of skill sets there. A couple things before the video ends. The first thing is the trace level. When it reaches 10, you get an alarm level, and when that goes off, more enemies will spawn, doors will lock behind you, and things will get tougher as time goes on. I don't know what exactly happens after 5, because when I reach 5 level for the alarm, originally I thought the game would be over and that would be like a done deal, but it didn't actually kill my character. Instead, everything just became more difficult to fight until I got to the main boss, and it seemed like he was kind of difficult as well, so it's kind of hard to tell you whether or not anything really crazy happens when you reach alarm level 5. That might be changed because, like I said, the game is in early access. They have to go and code, mess around, and change the different battle mechanics, or even some of the different abilities that these enemies will fight you with. For example, this Gillette Mark 1 has orbs. There's blue, yellow, and red, and they do different things like give you a barrier, make you confused, or even just do indirect damage, and it'll show the juggle 3 and what's all going to happen there. Sometimes I feel like when they do actually hit you with damage, it doesn't do or calculate all of the damage in total. Like, I thought I was taking 200 damage when I only took like 100, so that might be also a bug in the game. That being said, though, I've been one nut punch, and this is called Into the Grid. If you want to check it out, it's $15 on Steam, and I highly recommend people try it out because it's been a blast to play. But anyway, I've been busy doing stuff with work. I will be coming back and streaming again. I did a test stream today to make sure everything was all good, and I'll be making some more videos as well. Waiting for more Sulfur stuff. Quasimorph will be coming out of 1.0 soon, and I did talk to Adam Boyd that did Dead Grid, and I think that should be coming into 1.0 as well, but there's a lot of stuff being delayed because of Thanksgiving and Christmas coming up. Anyway, thanks for watching as per usual. Like I said, if you want to check this out, it's on Steam for $15. I've been One Nut Punch. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.